called Building Brand Advocacy Among Women Using Social Media. We're going to focus on that increasing influence, and we've assembled this amazing panel of women.
Some bloggers said, well, how can a brand help me get my message out? How can I partner with brands? And that conversation changed over time. Today, there are bloggers that honestly get into blogging or engage in Twitter or build up their Facebook following because they really do want to get paid to do things. It's pretty apparent to readers when somebody's doing it just for building a platform just for money. Quite frankly, the most successful bloggers in our network have been doing this for a long time. Started for very honest reasons, really wanted to connect, and then found that their blogging habit wasn't just a habit anymore, it really was a way of life for them, and then built practice based on that.
Those of us who come from a PR background know that we approach it very much, bloggers very journalistically, the way that we love an editor. And the ones that do approach their writing that way and their business, if you will, in that way, are definitely the ones that come to the top. And I work in an industry who doesn't love free beauty products, so you really have to look at who's doing it in a certain way and look at how they engage with their consumers and their readers and their followers. And one of my beauty bloggers actually just this week tweeted that if you blog, really, if you kind of like blog from the heart, you blog because you love it, then the money will come.
They really need content that they can find quickly and get the answers that they want and need. So, what we call pretty much service content, we find is incredibly effective, and we also use it to really fuel the conversation. So, even in the discussion about bloggers, it's interesting because we find it's particularly effective, especially when we're looking at products, to try and get a 360 perspective all the time, which is an editorial perspective on whatever the product is or the situation, as well as blogger content and then community content. So those women are officially quote-unquote bloggers, but they are giving their individual opinion on a product or situation.
Users under 25 least expect marketing messages from brands that they're friends with on Facebook. And so what does that mean in terms of as users grow up, changing expectations of what the relationships are going to have with brands is also something that we have to keep in mind.
What we did is we ended up partnering with Juliana Rancic, who's SVP News, very big influencer for that 20-30-something demographic. And in partnership with Oberti, hosted a 30-minute live webcast through live stream where we taught the world the basics on how to be breast self-aware. Well, it was 30 minutes, it was quick. We actually found that one of the learnings is 30 minutes is way too long. It actually needs to be made quite shorter than that, but delivered really wonderful information. What does the breast pump feel like? How do I talk to a family about cancer that we don't even know a lot of the history there? The reaction from, the impressions were 8 times what they were the year before, 140 plus online media placements, an AP article that ran all around. It was because it was a meaningful piece of content delivered, powered by a brand that was for young women, with the organization that was deeply committed to it being something that would change lives. So I think that's an example of how corporate cause marketing sponsorship works.